The Toyota Supra, the successor to the Celica, a car that is no doubt responsible for the birth of thousands of JDM fans all over. An affordable sports car so popular that it's many people's first introduction to a car that's a bit out of the ordinary. And, fun. This is certainly not Grandma's daily driver. She's not skirting down the block to pick up the gals to play bingo in this thing. Just a quick search on YouTube will produce hundreds of videos of kids in Supras that seemingly just got their permits and first repair bills.
First time seeing it on the streets. Got the dealer plates on, brand spanking new.
A few moments later.
Oh, the Supra just got totaled.
Kidding. Or am I? The Supra is without a doubt a car that turned many people into car people that weren't once all that interested. It's like when you put a non-car guy behind the wheel of an exotic, and all of a sudden, it clicks for them. The Supra is not an exotic, though. So why is the Toyota Supra so popular? So popular that Toyota even decided to revive it with the GR Supra. Well, for starters, the Supra has appeared in many forms of media, from video games to TV shows to movies. The Supra RZ, or Mark IV, appeared in many of the Need for Speed games over the years. First appearing in the original game, The Need for Speed, which was released in 1994 for the Panasonic 3DO, then in 1995 for Microsoft DOS, and finally in 96 for the Sony PlayStation and Sega Saturn. Then there's the one I'm most familiar with, the Gran Turismo series. Most 90s kids likely first laid their eyes on a Supra in the original Gran Turismo for the PlayStation. That still gives me chills. That is my childhood booting up. And let me tell you, the only thing better than the Supra's looks in this game is the sound of the virtual exhaust note. And before we move on, here's a fun fact. As of 2022, a Supra has appeared in just about every Gran Turismo game to date. Now then, what really took the Supra's popularity to another level entirely was the 2001 movie, The Fast and the Furious. This movie featured a modified 1994 Toyota Supra Mark IV with an extensive list of mods.
Nice car. What's the retail on one of those?
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
Smoke.
This heavily modified 1994 orange Supra, driven by the late Paul Walker in the movie, was sold for $185,000 USD in 2015 at a Mecum auction, and more recently sold for $550,000. Between all of these forms of media, they kind of help bring the Supra into the foreground a bit more as a potential performance powerhouse. And, well, it actually is. This car can get surprisingly beefed up relatively easily. And that makes for a desirable trait: the tuner potential. Specifically, the 2JZ GTE motor can produce up to 800 horsepower on stock internals. The affordability of these cars, with their gearbox and their motor prime for tuning, make them pretty desirable project cars for people that want to produce some supercar levels of performance for a smaller dollar figure. However, due to their increasing popularity, and in this regard, tuning that is, they're getting harder to find completely stock. And the ones that are out there have had their prices increase simply due to the nature of supply and demand. Take this completely stock 6-speed manual 1994 Toyota Supra with 7,000 miles that sold at auction for $121,000. That's used supercar territory. So with everything combined, from the media to the tuning potential to the cost and affordability to perhaps a little bit of justified nostalgia, it all makes for a wildly popular JDM sports car. Not to mention, the car actually looks pretty nice too. And I'm personally a fan of the new Supra design as well. I think it's a really nice homage. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the Supra. Do you like them? Did you drive one? Do you own one? If so, what year? Let me know in the comments below. This is Andrew from Cars and Life. Happy New Year and have a good one, everybody.